This is the Medicine Hat and District Chamber of Commerce bringing you your 5 steps for business. We're taking a deeper dive into step 5, and I think this is one of the most important steps because it's taking a look at how we're going to emerge after this pandemic. We've been forced into a different work environment. Many of us are working remotely, and others are having to implement different workplace strategies in terms of shifts for employees and different hours of operation. So what are we learning through this that we'll be able to implement after we emerge from the pandemic? What does that look like in terms of our communication strategies and the tools that we're going to use for productivity? How are we going to be able to innovate and use some of those same practices as we come out of this to become more productive and utilize better tools? We need to look at our options to innovate. How can our businesses adapt? Make sure you're talking to your team about what ideas they have and what they're learning and what tools that they've come across and are using. Look at your products or your services in your business and how you can offer that in a different way. Perhaps you haven't offered that online in the past, but it's something that you're learning now. Look at others within your sector, different businesses, and what they're doing through this pandemic to innovate and still sustain their operations through this. Look at different technology options and virtual business tools. How can you use different tools to connect with your customers and with your workforce? What are some of the different strategies you can use to increase productivity? How are you going to set your work schedule moving forward now that we're in a different environment? Perhaps how you set up your workspace and your work schedules is going to change. And of course, you have to look at how you're going to pivot. Right now we're tweaking and adjusting, but we may need to look at how we're going to pivot. And that's that fundamental change in our direction without changing our purpose. You don't need to change your purpose and your passion and your values, but you may need to pivot and adjust to refocus for the future. So now is the time to start asking those questions about where we need to focus. What are changes that you can make in your business? Perhaps it is just a minor tweak, but maybe it's an adjustment to your product offering, how you can serve new customers and different customers, looking at some of those opportunities and identifying how we can meet people's needs and be amazing at our businesses and what we do and how we offer that. You'll need to look at the different channels and how you're selling and marketing your product and looking at your communication and marketing strategies and how you're going to deliver that product. And are there different experiences that you can create? What do you aspire to be? Make sure that you're taking this time to learn. There are so many free tools right now and free training that's being provided through webinars. So make sure you're connecting and learning and looking at the opportunities so that we can emerge stronger together. We look forward to working with you now and into the future. And if you need resources and supports, please visit us online at medicinehatchamber.com.